So welcome to some games we've been playing recently. I'm back with the Kim Meister right here. And we've both been playing about 4 games. We finished 2 of them.
Yes.
Wow! Oh.
And guys, let us know what you're playing. Are you playing a new game, an old game? Let us know in the comments below. Is it something exciting or something that has absolutely bored you and you're like, why did I pick up this game? Let us know down below. And we'll start with you, Miss Kim.
Yes.
What game have you played and finished?
Persona 3 Reloaded. Yay!
The game that never ended.
Hey, it only took me 90 hours.
Oh my god. I know, like Kim was playing on the portal
Yes.
here
Oh
for
my
like
gosh.
for an eternity. She's always just like this on a night.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, no, that's great
Get
though.
the portal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was a lot of negative reactions to the portal, but it's actually turned out to be a great thing for
Yes,
us. If
for
I'm
us.
playing on the TV, then
Yeah.
you can do the portal, or vice versa. Talk about Persona 3 Reload, kind of give a final thoughts of what you think about this game.
I loved it. It was so much fun. I'm so happy to add it to my Personas collections. So I'll just get started and get into it.
Very well then.
I'm going to talk about the locations and the map layout.
Right.
The map layout is very simple, very easy to navigate. When you're in the city, it's easy to get to certain areas. I love the design of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like walking around is so much fun and enjoyable in this, and you get to meet new characters and you get to complete certain quests.
Damn it! They locked us in.
And speaking about quests, you have Elizabeth, who's from the Velvet Room,
Good day.
and she will give you certain quests for you to complete.
Here are my requests.
And you definitely want to do these because it gives you special items, things that will help you along the way with your journey through Persona. So I do recommend that, and I love quests. You know I'm a quest hunter.
I know, every single quest we had to do, which is so good.
Do you see anything achievable?
And then the game also makes you backtrack at times as well.
It does make you backtrack at times, but you know what? That's what probably makes it so much fun to explore in this game and get things done.
Yeah.
Have fun in there.
So a big thing about Persona are the social links that you want to do, because by doing social links with other characters that you meet and hanging out with them, this will help with your Persona links. Definitely spend some time doing that as well, and that also includes when you're in school. The teacher will ask you some tough questions, which always makes me kind of nervous because I was always kind of like, school, I don't like to be pinned down and answering things.
I know, I mean, it takes you back to being in high school.
It
You're like,
takes you
oh
back.
no, I don't want to do this again.
And
Yeah.
plus, if you get it right, it increases your social links,
Right.
which is, again, what you really want to do. And even the option of staying awake or falling asleep, I'll be honest, I only did the falling asleep until the end because my social links were so low. I'm like, I'm gonna get caught, and I'm gonna get caught, and I'm gonna get in trouble, so I didn't want to do that. And of course, in this game, you can get girlfriends.
Right, yes.
And with the girlfriends, this will increase your love social link.
Yeah.
And guess how many girlfriends I got up to?
I know, 1,000? Like, how many did we get?
I got up to 3.
Right.
And at one point, one of the girls was questioning me, saying, "Hey, so you have a lot of girlfriends?" Like, no,
everything's fine.
No, it's okay. I'm just, giving them special gifts and stuff. We're just hanging out.
It's too funny.
Well, my parents aren't home, so...
And I think the best part of Persona and any Persona games is creating the persona.
That's the name of the game, I know.
It's so much fun. I love finding out who you're gonna get. You go into the Velvet Ring, you hear the beautiful music and the operaness. And it's just like, oh, am I gonna get something high? Am I gonna get something low? And then you gotta register all of them so that by combining them, you get something better. It's a lot of fun. And I think that's what I've spent most of the time in the tower, was trying to collect all the personas and creating these new ones. And of course, by doing that, you get good characters to help you fight down the long run.
Yeah. Because there's some amazing personas that you can get in this game.
Oh, you definitely can. So I highly recommend spending some time. When it comes up on the cards, definitely always select a persona. Keep those so you can create them down the line. The whole point about this game is going through a tower to try to get to the top, and it does get a bit of repetitive while you're doing it. But what breaks that repetitiveness is missing persons.
Right.
So you're asked by Elizabeth that, hey, there's a couple people missing in the tower, you should go look for them. And when this first happened, I'm like, I'm so high up in the tower, I don't know where to go. Thankfully, you can ask her, and she'll give you like a roundabout way of what level they're at. Definitely get these people, because when you go to the police station, you can get some good items, you can get a lot of money. Highly recommend it because I needed that money to buy the weapons for all my characters. You have a lot of characters, by the way, so you definitely want to collect all that for them.
All done here? Come back soon.
So this is a turn-based game, which honestly I love.
Me too.
I mean, we've played how many RPGs,
Oh my
JRPGs
God.
with turn-based, and what's so great about this is the designs. When they do full-out attacks, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts in the game as well.
Yeah, you would come by and be like, wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah. They really remastered it so well, and these special moves that they do is like,
Oh,
oh
the
my
special
God.
moves! Oh my gosh, you can have so many when you collect certain personas. Sometimes they'll talk to each other and you get a special move. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Each character has their own, and it helps along the game to defeat those other personas in battle.
My time to shine!
And speaking about the designs, I love the menu system in this. Isn't that so weird to say?
We've talked about this since
Yeah.
Persona 5,
Yeah.
and some of these remasters on some of these older games. The menu systems are second to none. They're unbelievable.
Gorgeous.
Unbelievable. Like, that's almost one of the selling points of the game. Never mind the game itself, but just like going through, navigating through the menus, you're like, that's so cool and that's so stylish. I don't think anybody does menus better
Oh, I agree.
than Atlas.
Yeah, I love the black, blue, and the
Yeah,
white.
the
Oh,
colors, we got
gorgeous.
to that, and all that. So what would you say is a negative aspect of the game?
The negative aspect of this game is that it is repetitive. You're going through the tower and it just feels like a lot of the same. However, I enjoyed it. I like the zoning out of it and just kind of relaxing and fighting new personas, hanging out with your crews and talking with them, proceeding with the storyline.
Hey there.
That's the only thing, but what I would say is those who are just starting out with any persona, I would start with this one. I really would. I wish this was like the first one I played.
Right.
And then kind of do the other ones.
Yeah.
Because this just gave a good foundation of what Persona is about.
A good introduction
A
to the
really
series.
good introduction.
Yeah, for sure.
Finishing
So during my 90 hours of play, what were you playing?
But it's funny because I was on the Nintendo Switch and I was playing Final Fantasy the Pixel Remasters, and in particular I was playing Final Fantasy V. And the reason why is, back in the day, I played on the Game Boy Advance here, Final Fantasy V.
wow.
I got all the way to the end, got to the final boss, and I didn't finish it. Something else came up, I don't know. And it's always haunted me, and one of those things that's driven me crazy over time. So I'm like, I want to get back and play it. And so what I did is I turned on the 4 times experience, 4 times money, and sailed through the game. No pun intended. I just absolutely blasted through the game, and no pun intended again, I had a blast playing it. One of the claims to fame of this game is the job system. So all your characters can change their jobs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and leveling them all up. So yeah, what I would just do is turn everybody into white mages for a while, so they all had cures.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, then have all the fighters, have everybody turn into a fighter. So I had the best of both worlds.
So you could keep what?
Yeah, so exactly. So if you like level up as a mage,
Yes.
you get to keep all the cure magic while you're still a fighter.
Wow.
So I just decimated my way through this game. I was just annihilated. Destroyed it. I quite literally did, and I gotta say something that I really, really enjoyed Final Fantasy V, and I'm so happy with the pixel remasters that you can go and just blast through them. So you're not leveling up forever. That's why I got to the end of this game. I don't think I was high enough level for the boss.
Oh my.
It was frustrating with this one. Boom! It was like the boss is over and all of that. So
One flick.
it was one flick and it was over, but it was such an enjoyable thing. I've been saying that I want to play Final Fantasy V for years, and I was just like, now's the time.
Now's the time.
And I'm just like, I just need to get this off my backlog in my mind, And it felt very satisfying and very good. And while, I was doing that, Kim had finished Persona 3 Reload. She did something absolutely ludicrous and crazy. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about because we're both going to talk about this one, I think. Are you going to show it? Oh, Baldur's Gate. Yes, look at here, Baldur's
Look at
Gate.
that.
I started to play this game last year and I was like, there's a lot to this game.
Oh.
And then Kim saw me playing it and you'd heard a bunch about the game.
I mean, I saw a lot of things online. I thought it looked great. I'm like, ooh, this is something that I think I'd really enjoy.
Is that so?
Seeing you play, I'm like, the design is wow.
Yeah.
It's really wow factor.
Yeah, it really is. The game looks gorgeous. And then you start playing it, and what do you got to say? Like, I don't want to speak for you here.
I mean, going from Persona to that was like, what did I get myself into? I have never played one of these types of games. I mean, the closest ones might be Diablo. Maybe.
Yeah.
Recommend that one. Please play that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But Baldur's Gate is just like it's hard. It's so hard for me.
Yeah, and I think the reason why is because it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
And me and Kim have never
Which I love that
Which we do.
aspect.
Me and Kim always have our
Love
own
it.
Dungeons and Dragons games. We love playing the
Yeah.
game. So it's not as though we're
Yeah.
alien to that or
No.
Kim's alien to it. But the game is a lot to take on.
Because you get thrown in so many different directions. I mean, with a lot of RPGs, it kind of like shuffles you along
It
the
sure
story.
does, yeah.
Here, if you make a decision, it could open up a can of worms.
Yeah.
And I can't help it because I like to get things done in order. But I think
Yeah,
this
Kim's very organized. And this game does not let you be organized.
No.
It'll always throw something at you
Yeah.
when you're not ready for it. And you're like,
Exactly.
oh no, like why is that going to happen?
Our freedom is ours, friend.
The game is difficult. It's a difficult learning curve.
Yeah.
Where like Kim is really getting there now with it.
Yes, I'm wrapping my head around it, which
Yeah.
I'm really glad. Sometimes I'm like, should I? But yes, I'm just gonna keep going through it, see how far I get in the game. I really want to give it a try because it's so gorgeous. People
Yeah.
spend so much time on this game.
Yeah.
It would hurt to be like, I just can't.
And there's so many decisions to make.
Decisions.
It's like decision. It's like I don't think I've ever seen this amount of decisions to be made
Yes.
in a video game ever, and I think that's really exciting.
Yes,
and
that's what makes you want to keep going.
Yeah, you're like I'm in control. Like I'm really in control.
Really, yeah.
And it feels like you're in a real living world, and it has consequences.
Yes.
But sometimes it feels like it has too many consequences and all of that. I remember when you start playing the game, you were getting your ass kicked. You're like, what's going on? You're like, and I'm like, maybe you need more party members. You're
I'm like, no.
no, I'm sure the game wouldn't do this to me. Yeah, the game would do that. You have to go get those party members.
Yeah, the game did it to me.
Yeah.
I learned a very valuable lesson.
Yeah, just to absolutely go back and get those party members.
I
and,
got my party members. It did help along the lines, but
Yeah.
still, it's an interesting game.
Well, as you said, going from Persona 3 Reload to this is
yeah.
like extraordinary of a jump. Like Persona 3 Reload, you just kind of, just go through it and like, as you were saying, this is easy, just leveling up, making better personas, having a good time. This game is like throwing you in. You're like,
No!
oh no, you can't go, you shouldn't go that way. Oh my God, I'm getting killed by the...
Why'd you kill that person?
Yeah, now I know all hell's broken loose. There's a lot to think about. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that it's difficult, but you have to strategize.
Strategize.
It's like a major
Yes.
strategy game
Yeah.
of epic proportions. And I remember Kim finally learned about encumbrance. And I was telling her.
Why am I moving so slow?
I was like, Kim, the first time I learned about encumbrance, I swear to God, it was like 1989 in Highlight. When Andrew, my friend Andrew, got all these items out of his shop, and he couldn't leave the shop, and he couldn't understand why. Encumbrance. It weighed him down too much, and in this game, same thing.
Yeah.
Can't have that many items. I mean, you're like, so many things to think
Why
about.
give me options to have that many items?
We were talking about this last night. We were arguing, but we were like talking about how crazy encumbrance is. Like,
Yeah.
a video game, you don't want to think about that. I just want to have all the items with me. But then I'm like, they're trying to be realistic
They are, yeah.
at the same time. So I definitely understand that. But gorgeous looking game.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal looking game. And let's see how far you
Let's see
can
how
go
far I get.
before it crushes you.
We have no time for stragglers.
So let's switch gears What are you playing?
the final game. So I finished Final Fantasy V, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've got to get this game, and that is Luigi's Mansion 2, which is a remake of Dark Moon right here, and that's like signed by Charles Martinet, and all that. And it's kind of interesting playing this, hearing the new voice, and I'm like, that's not Charles Martinet anymore.
Yeah, I caught that. I'm like, hey, that's a bit different. You're like, it's not.
I don't believe this is Charles Martinet, and it's like we're in a whole different era.
I do it.
I want to ask you a question that I've never asked about Luigi's Mansion. What do you think about Luigi's Mansion?
I think it's fun.
Yeah?
I think it's very puzzle oriented.
Yes.
But I like the creeping in the dark, haunted
Yeah.
aspect. It's very Halloween.
Halloween-y, right.
Me.
Yeah.
And so when you're playing it in summer, I'm like, why don't you wait until Halloween? But I get it.
That's actually a really good point. So I've been playing a lot of the game, and I'm like, I actually want to save this for Halloween.
For
So you
Halloween.
you just kind of said it right there.
okay.
It is all of them. Like when I got Luigi's Mansion 3, I said, and I still stand by this, it is the best Halloween game ever made by anybody. It is unbelievable. And Luigi's Mansion 3 is so good that when I play Luigi's Mansion 2, or the remake of the 3DS game, this is good, but it's not Luigi's Mansion 3 good. And all of that, because they're remaking a game from like, what was it, 2013 or something like that. And that game was a good game, but I do gotta say, it does look great. Like, I love the look of Luigi's Mansion games, and people can say, oh, the graphics are very simple, very like almost cell shading, cartoony looking. That is the charm of it all.
That's the charm of it.
That's the charm of it all, and I really love it. I think what they should have done is they should have brought out Luigi's Mansion 1 as well. So it should have been 1 and 2 remake and all this. You get the 2 and it's good. And there's something else about this game. Little fanfare. I feel like this has not had a big release. And how I mean is that people aren't losing their mind. Go, oh my God, I gotta get this.
I see what you mean.
There's not a lot of, in my circle, I don't find a lot of people are talking about it. Go, oh my God, you get Luigi's Mansion. Nobody's actually, mentioning it. And I think that goes back to me being a Luigi's Mansion fan. Like, I mean, I'm still gonna bring up the argument that people really didn't like Luigi's Mansion when it first came out.
What?
Well, the GameCube had launched.
Oh, GameCube, yeah.
And
okay.
there's no Mario. So there's this like Luigi.
We're focusing on him?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, exactly.
Ah.
And he's got his backpack on, and he's in a mansion,
Yeah.
haunted mansion. People thought it was weird.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm not getting a GameCube now. Like, even Rob said he wasn't getting a GameCube because I said, oh, I don't really care about Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi, yeah,
it's not really my thing. And I was one of these guys, I bought it and I loved it. And then I got the 3DS version years later. I think it's got a cult audience that's built up over time. I've actually talked to some very big people in the industry. I would say to some of them, are you getting Luigi's Mansion 3? And they're like, no, not really my thing. So it's like, it's a really polarizing game in a way. The fans that it has are crazy like me. They love it and all that. But the people who are detractors really just don't give it another chance. And I really say give it another chance. At least start with number 3. But Luigi's Mansion, 2 high definition here, as they've labeled it. I love it. I think it's so beautiful, and I can't wait. Halloween time. Halloween time.
Oh, so much fun.
Do you know, me and Kim love Halloween
We
so
are
much.
Halloween crazy.
Yeah, we are Halloween. We're looking at Halloween decorations in summertime. That's how we love Halloween. Is our favorite time, and our daughter loves Halloween.
Loves it.
Guys, we will ask you, what are you playing? Let us know down below. Are you playing some old games, some new games? Are you playing Baldur's Gate?
Tell me, give me some tips.
Yeah, Kim needs some tips for this game for sure. And any tips, leave in the comments below. We will definitely read them. Kim will take them all to heart and apply them in her own games. So let us know what you're playing. So anyways, guys, until next time.
All right, we should probably call it a night.